Hey guys, it's Mia here and welcome back once again to another bookish video. Now today I'm going to expose myself for the truly bad reader that I am, and that is because I'm going to show you guys my current to-be-read situation. Now I know a lot of booktubers have done this and people seem to like them, maybe because they like to ridicule people on what bad slow readers they are, but let's get into this. So I am currently reading The Hunger Games. Now I believe I read this in 8th grade, so it's been a while since I have read it and I don't really remember anything outside of it except for the fact that there is a Hunger Games and Katniss is forced into it because of their society. And with that comes both Catching Fire and Mockingjay, which I have not read at all. And then The Shadow of Kyoshi, which I wasn't planning to read because I really didn't care for Rise of Kyoshi because it was just terrible and the main character ended up being meaningless in her own story. And then I'm going to read The Amber Spyglass and all of them, which is the His Dark Materials trilogy. Now, I have read this before, but it was years ago at this point, and the show actually made me want to reread the books. This is going to be a buddy read and then a buddy play, and it's going to be so much fun, I'm sure. So now, we get into the real to-be-read. First, we have Red Azalea, which was one of the TBRs that my aunt gave me. We have The Broken Window, which is like a detective story, having to use the internet to figure out who the killer was. Twice Burned, which I kind of borrowed from my mom because she doesn't really read and it's just been sitting on my shelf and I need to read it and give it back. The Shooting Gallery, which was another one from my aunt. Angel of Darkness, which I did start, but the wording of the books kind of made it hard for me to read because it's kind of old-timey talking. The Promise Texans by Demi McComber. This was one from my grandma, and for some reason somebody wrote a name on it. I don't know. You don't write names on the outside of books. Don't write your name in books. Just put it on a bookmark or something. Another Debbie McComber, Last We Met, and it looks like there's another author on it. It looks like it's going to be a romance book. Then you have Hanging Time, which looks like it's going to have some seriously dark topics, and this might have a trigger warning on it, so that's good. Then this one was a Dollar General find, and it's Keepers of the Advent, and I just haven't been looking to read it. Then you have a Nicholas Spark book. Now I've read a couple of his books. It's a he, right? Yes, it's a he. I always think it's a girl. And I've read a couple of his books. Some I've liked, some not at all. Darkness Before Dawn, this is one that I picked up at my church on the Romage sale, and it's like this girl that goes through some serious issues and she's got to try and find her way out of them and work to a better place. Then we have, I actually talked about going to read this one, but I decided to switch it because The Hunger Games was absolutely calling my name, and also because I wanted to do another read the book, watch the movie, read the book, watch the movie series like I did with Twilight, so I kind of postponed this one. Then there is another one, Nicholas Sparks books, which he kind of is in he's in the avenue of like romance and happy stories, so here's another one of his. Then we have another Dollar General find, Bloodlight, and the title kind of made me chuckle when I first saw it, and it's by a bunch of different authors, so I'm kind of wondering if it's not like a short story collection, but I'll find out when I get there. Then we have Gone for Good, which is another one I got from my church, and that's about a detective story or finding a boy that 14 years later is sought for murder. So, oh, they're not back there, they're up here. Then you have Susan Wiggs, Never Will I Know You. This is a hefty book, and I think it's another romance story, so we'll see. For being someone that doesn't really care for romance, I sure have a lot of them. And this is The Secret Wisdom of Earth, and it's like coping with the death of a family member and like moving on and all of that stuff. I sure have a lot of dark books. Then there is Once Upon and Ever After, and this book doesn't look like it'd be really heavy, but it is. Then there is The Blueberry Muffin Murder. This is another murder mystery, and it kind of made me laugh because Blueberry Muffin Murder, yikes, that's such a teasy title. Then you have The Floating Lady. The title is not showing up. This is another murder mystery. It's either fantasy or murder mysteries with me. I don't know. Then I have Sasuke's Story. This is an actual book based on Naruto, and it talks about mainly Sasuke and showing more of his perspective in Naruto. And then with that, I have the companion, Itachi's Story, which is just like the Sasuke one in that it shows the more perspective of Itachi and what he went through that we didn't get to see through following Naruto. Then we have Stranded, which kind of seems like it's going to be a survivor thing. So yeah, that looks interesting. And then we have Took. This is a young kid, like, horror story, and it's about a kidnapping that goes, and it turns really dark. And then another, this is a Nora Roberts book, Summer Cove. It's kind of one of those faux hardback books that's got the, I don't know what the purpose of this is in softback books, but oh well. Then you have Wonder, and this kind of came out like, it's in the same vein as Fault in Our Stars, I believe, because everybody was saying that it was. Then we have a 3-book series, and it's kind of 1, 2, and 3 of another Jewish story? No. I'm sorry, I completely blanked. Amish, not Jewish, Jesus. Then we have The One and Only Ivan, which, yes, I know is a movie now, but I have not seen it, so I'm going to read the book before I try to watch it. Then we have another Stranded book, which should have been with the other one, but you know, I'm disorganized. Then we have Secret Life of Bees, which seems like it's going to talk about how to make honey and stuff like that, which seems kind of interesting. And then yet another Ellen Hildenbrand book. I've got a lot of these because my grandma likes to read her, and then she gives me the books when she's done, because she's not one that keeps her books. So that's always fun, because I get the books. Then I got Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. This is actually the 4th book in the Harry Potter trilogy, and I've been a bad reader, and I have not read the Harry Potter books. I don't even have the first one. These are stuck. Oh, these are stuck. Then I have Dark Pearl, and this is about like a half dragon, half human, and I think it's gonna be like a kind of sexy book, I guess, because oh boy, look at that body. This is all summer, and it's about like chilling out for the summer and all that stuff, and I keep getting notifications and that's flashing up in my face. And this is Ghost at a Watchman by Harper Lee. Now, Harper Lee was the author of To Kill a Mockingbird, and I quite enjoyed To Kill a Mockingbird when we read it in school, but reading in school is a lot different from reading alone because you have to read with the class and everybody has to participate, and it kind of makes it less enjoyable for me because I like to read at my own pace, and yeah, it's harder for me to work in my head with the story when I read with people. Yet another Ellen Hildenbrand book. I swear all of her books look the same because it's always some sort of beach, some sort of person on the beach. It's getting hard to tell her books apart. Oh, this is a mess. I'm just throwing the books to the side. See, yet another book beach scene. This is The Rumor. My grandma really enjoyed this one. We're almost done. Here's Sakura's Story, which should again be with the other 2 Naruto books. Then we have 2 more Ellen Hillenbrand. You see what I mean about the beach scenes? They're never ending. It's getting to the point where you can't tell her books apart. Then we have, this is a retelling of a certain fairy tale, and it's called Fiddlesea. It's hard to read. It's the tale of once and future Nutcracker. So this looked interesting when I picked it up from a library sale. Then we have The Book of Summer, which I almost read in the winter, ironically, but I decided not to. And it's just an easygoing book and talking about summer things and stuff like that. Sometimes I like an easygoing book just to chill and read. And here's Kakashi's story. I told you I was unorganized. And this is the one I'm most excited out of the 4 to read because I really like Kakashi, so that's gonna be fun. Stay. My pile is a mess. Then we have Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is the 3rd one. I'm going backwards in these. No, I have not read Harry Potter. Go ahead and yell at me in the comments. You have The Chamber of Secrets, which is the 2nd one. I don't know why I acted like I didn't know it was the 2nd one. I think I always get Philosopher's Stone mixed up with it. And then this is The Fire Summon. I don't know why the title is on the back. That's just the Olympus symbol on the front. And I don't have it upside down. It is right side up, so strange cover choice. And then last one, and that is The Passion of Chelsea Cain by Barbara Belinsky. Now, I didn't have as much as I thought I did, but this pile is an absolute mess. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Tell me I've been a bad reader in the comments, because this is so many books. It takes up a whole freaking bookshelf. I need to get reading them, but at least I'll have books to talk about for quite a while, so that's good. And that's not including the books that I've read over the years that I've completely forgotten about. So let me know what you're reading, or how's your terrible TBR. Hope to see you guys next time. Bye, guys.